When your stash is low, when your cash ain't full, when you need to max out your arsenal, it's time for Goodwill hunting. What is up, guys? Pone here, and today we're doing July 2022 thrifting, but it's a light month. So first, I had this epiphany today, and I've since gone and Googled it, and somebody else already had this epiphany months ago. But independently, I thought to myself, as I was looking through a few blasters, hey, Mega XL is out. Does it fit on some of the things that I already have? And yeah, it does. It fits on the Big Salvo, which is a great vintage blaster. So, just as a little quickie, let's show some Big Salvo action. Absolutely stupendous. And since we've got a little extra time, I have a question to pose. Something that never really came up in my life, and I never thought that it would. And as I was putting things up for display, I came across this conundrum. And that is when you have something like a recolor of, let's say, a rough cut perhaps, or a Magnus. Does that recolor belong with the line when you're displaying, such as in this photo? Or does it belong with all the other rough cuts to display all the different color varieties that may be out there? In this instance, I've of course put these rough cuts and this Magnus with the Zombie Strike. But in other situations, I'm not sure. I don't think I would put the Demolisher Modulus recolor with Modulus. I think I would put it with the other Demolishers. So that's my question to you. Let me know what you think. Does a blaster belong with its line if it's a recolor, or does it belong with the other colors of said blaster? Okay, so done with Big Salvo, super sick. Question for you. Now let's take a look at the graph for July. Mediocre month. Obviously terrible in comparison to the great month we had in June 2022. And then somewhere kind of right smack dab in the middle for July's historically. But anyway, let's test some blasters, starting of course with the commons. A Proton. Oh wow. I don't think I've ever seen this before, but there was an Elite Dart jammed in the Proton. That doesn't make sense. Let's fire it. Still works great. We got a blue Zeus. I don't know why I got this. I've got quite a few Zeuses. What I really need are some red ones in order to counterbalance the display. But anyway, here's a blue Zeus. Then in the uncommons, we got a Praxis of this color variety. And it even came with an Elite 2.0 stock. Wow, and it came with a couple of darts. Excellent. Oop. Okay. Moving along to the rares. I think at some point I said that the Rapid Strike was an uncommon, and I'm taking that back. Much like the Elite Raven is forever epic, the base, the sort of most common, at least from my experience, Orange Stripe Rapid Strike will always be at least rare, because I love the Rapid Strike, and this one was a mere $5. A $5 Rapid Strike, you can't ever leave that in the store. Then for a couple of dollars, one of the recolors of the Night Finder. Give that a test. That works great. I picked up a red Artemis, but this was the first blue Artemis I'd ever seen, so I'm calling that rare. I'm not sure I really have an opinion about this blaster, but with the 3 built-in magazines, seems like it's pretty good. We've got an XD Alpha Trooper. Now, this may have been epic if it had the bendable stock that came with it. I think these are pretty rare because it was a Kohl's exclusive, and Kohl's sold things for ridiculous prices. This was probably like $50 for this plus the stock. because Kohl's exclusives are the worst. So I picture Kohl's exclusives being on the rarer side of blasters, which is why this is only the second one of these I've ever seen. So XD Orange Alpha Trooper. Let's load it up, fire a couple shots, and that works. Now, this next one, I was actually down in California for 3 weeks in July, and this next blaster came from Haight Street in San Francisco, and we were walking around, and I saw Goodwill, so I said, hey, can we go check some stuff out? And I ended up walking around San Francisco for 3 hours, plus with this little fella. So, put in a lot of time with this guy. But we'll see. Willing to throw some batteries in just to see it work. Especially because also in July, locally, I was able to find another Hyperfire. A couple of Hyperfires. I always love firing blasters. If you got a couple of them, firing them at the same time is always a treat. So let's check that out. They both work wonderfully. And the best part these days is that I know exactly where each of these blasters is going to go live, which is very exciting. Anyway, last blaster, epic for me, because I love the Rebel line, and this was a crossbow with another Kohl's exclusive recolor. Never seen this before, first time seeing this. I know exactly where it's going to go with the rest of the crossbows. Love the crossbow, love a lot of Rebel. Rebel, of course, a great line. Super compact, and unlike most of the compact Nerf blasters that they end up putting the priming mechanism on top because it is very compact. Pump for it. Great blaster. Decent month. June 2022. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and remember, you can be serious about Nerf, but don't take Nerf too seriously.